the 29th of November, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, good morning again. This is Rabbi Furst here. You should have Zaman Apshi here, Shline Care of Zoom. We're in our second shir this morning. Mishna Berura, Hilchas Kriya Sefer Torah, Simin Kuf Lamed Hey. I believe we're in at Zion, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Correct.
Okay, very good. Let's see. I think Mayor read the last year. Lou, would you like to read this one?
Sure. Im hayu Kohen v'Levi beves haKnesset v'kara haKohen v'savur she'ein sham Levi. If there is a Kohen and a Levi in the shul, and the Kohen read, or they called the Kohen, and they thought that there was no Levi. V'hitchil livarech berkas haTorah shenis ein mafsidin oso. Mafsikin oso. And they begin to bless the blessings of the Torah, the second Aliah. They don't interrupt it.
Right. That they called up the Kohen for the first Aliah, as he should rightfully get, and then they thought there was no Levi in the base Knesset, so then they recalled the Kohen, right? Bimkom the Levi, and then the Kohen began his Birkas Torah. So once he started his Birkas Torah, you're not going to interrupt the brachas or the reading once, and if the mistake was realized, then in fact there is a Levi there in the base Knesset.
Right.
Okay. Mishna Berura there, beginning in Sifat and Chaf Vav. That's at the bottom of my first column. If you have the same pagation as I do.
V'hischil levarech, and he began to bless. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Hayinu gam kain she amar baruch atah Hashem. It is also that he said baruch atah Hashem. In other words, we're not counting Baruch Hu.
Right. That would probably be more or less the same as we learned previously in Sif. Right. If I'm not mistaken, the Baruch Hu is not Levatala because he says Baruch Hu, and the Tzibur answered after him Baruch Hu, so that would not be considered to be Levatala.
Aval Baruch Hu levad lo have ischila. But if he just said Baruch Hu, he is not begun.
Right.
V'ola halevi levarech v'likros, and the Levi will come up and bless and read.
Correct.
The Khan ein tzarich haKohen laham tin likros achar kach. And here it's not required for the Kohen. What's hamtin?
To wait.
To wait. To read afterwards.
Yeah, but Khan ain't sort of a coin lahamtin likros Achika. I think this is referring to what does the Kohen do in this case, right? If the Kohen was called up first for his first Aliyah, as rightfully so, and they called him again a second time because they thought erroneously that there was no Levi in the Beit Knesset. Now, after he said Baruch, Baruch Hu, so we say that's not considered to be a beginning of the brachas, and therefore the Kohen stops, and the Levi comes in, is called up in his place. So what's the Kohen supposed to do then, right? We had in the case where the Yisrael was called up instead of the Kohen. So, and then he realized it after Baruch Hu, so they stopped him because he didn't make a beginning of the brachas. And then the Kohen's called up, and the Levi's called up, and the Yisrael waits there. He waits there in the Teva. He waits there by the Aaron, by the Bima, and then he gets his third Aliyah, right? So he had to wait there. He was called up erroneously, but he never got an Aliyah. So he waits there until the Levi and the Kohen say their brachas and do their kriya. But here the Kohen has already been called up once already, right? So since he's already been called up once already, he doesn't have to wait. Meaning he can, even if he just said Baruch Hu, and then the Levi comes up in his rightful place, the Kohen can leave. He's not obligated to stay there because he's already read before.
Jahalo kavar kara mitechila. That is not that he already read before,
right? So since he read before, there's no need for him to wait around until the Kriya is finished because he read already. In contrast, when Yisrael was called up erroneously, right? So we had him wait because he was called up and he didn't get an Aliyah out of it. So therefore, we want him to stick around and wait until the Kohen and the Levi do their Aliyahs, and then he'll get his third rightful Aliyah.
and mafsikin oso. We don't interrupt him.
Right.
Hatam kinal. The reason is going to be further on.
As le'el, le'el is as above.
Oh, the reason is as above.
Right, and
Don't interrupt is as above.
yeah, as we explained, that was explained in Sifkat and right, Kaf. You see the Sifkat and Kaf of the Mishna Berura? Going back to that was the case of the Yisrael. Same idea supplies here.
Right. Got it.
So you don't have to, once you get the brachas, you don't stop him from completing it, even though you realize in this case that the Levi is in fact in the base Knesset. You don't stop him from completing the brachas and doing the Aliyah because you don't want the brachas to be the Torah.
Right. Okay, back up to the Mechaber.
Yes, please. That'll bring us to Sif.
Im ein Levi beves haKnesses, Kohen shekara rishon mivarech shenis v'korei bimkom Levi. If there's no Levi in the shul, the Kohen is called first, and he blesses the second time, and he reads in place of the Levi. Aval lo Kohen acher, but not another Kohen. Today, shelo yomru sheha rishon pagum. In order that we don't say that the first one was pagum, means messed up.
Blemished or flawed or invalid.
Right.
Yeah, we're very careful in these halakhas. We're very careful that you don't want to cast any dispersions on any of on the Kohen, the Levi, the Israel. We want to be very careful that everyone should be given the proper positive perspective that they deserve. Without any reasons to doubt their validity or their wholesomeness.
Okay, Mishna Berura.
Yes, please.
Aval lo kohen acher, but not another kohen. Vahu hadin shalo yikra Yisrael bimkom Levi. And it is the law that we don't call a Yisrael in place of a Levi.
Huadin means literally Huadin means the same law applies.
The same law applies that we don't call a second Kohen. We also don't call a Yisrael.
Right, a second Israel. Right.
A what?
Yeah, another Israel. Don't once he's up there, he stays up there. You don't have to take him down because people may think there's something wrong with him. He's being sent down for a reason.
Today, Shalo Yomru al Harishon She'eno Kohen. So we don't say about the first one that he's not a Kohen. Oh, Shehu Pagum, or that he's invalid. Midalo Kara Acharav Levi. That we don't call him after a Levi. What does that mean?
Levi wasn't called after him. Right? What's this mean here? One second. We shouldn't mistake him that he should be a Levi, right?
Oh, they don't say, oh, that guy was a Levi.
Right. Don't make that mistake. If we call another Yisrael after him, people will say, the Yisrael is being called after this fellow. Who is this first fellow? Must have been the first fellow was a Levi. That would be a mistake.
Okay, I'm going.
Have a good day. Okay, V'gam she'yitu al HaYisrael hazeh shehu Levi. And also, what is this word she'yitu?
They'll make a mistake.
And also that they'll make a mistake concerning the Yisrael, and that he is a Levi.
Right. That you don't want to make. You want to make that. Shouldn't make that mistake either.
Sheharishon pagum, that the first one is invalid. Vaha delo kamar she'echad mehem pagum uchedil kaman bisaif tet mishum de mare kan afilu hecha de muchzak lan ba'avihem shel shnehem shehem kohanim. So the first one should not be thought to be invalid, and this that he's not that he doesn't say, we don't say that one of them is invalid. What's this word? Chadil kaman?
As will be explained, as will in Sif test.
As will be explained in Sif test, because Demare Khan, what's Demare?
That we are referring to over here.
Because that which we're referring to here, even if there is what is the muchzak?
Mukzak, meaning he has a status quo, meaning he already has even if he has a previous status quo, I mean, there's no doubt about his lineage. We know clearly from all our past experience with this Cohen and this family of Cohening that they have a status, an undisputable status, being Cohening.
So even though that he has a status quo, ka'avihem. What's ka'avihem?
Of their fathers, meaning their status established by their father's reputation.
According to his father, shall shnehem.
Both of them, because you're dealing with two people here that you don't want to be confused with maybe having a pagam or a pasul. So both of the fathers are well established and have a status quo of being kosher.
That they are kohanim.
Right.
And we call makom barishon ika lislos she nisvada achar shekirauhu da'avuha nasiv gerusha. Nevertheless, with the first one, there is, what is this word, lot?
There is to assume.
To assume that nisvada, that certainly
That he was nisvad from vidui, right? Nisvad, or the nisvada, he made a confession.
that he confessed after shikaruhu, after he was called, or after he came close.
No, after he was called, after he called up. You know what I mean?
After he was called up,
right?
Da'avuha nasiv. I don't know what that is.
So he married.
That he married a divorcee.
His father, meaning it could be that even if we have a previous existing status quo, but it could be that people may think that if it was called up, he confessed about his father, that his father in fact married a divorcee, which is also for Cohen.
Oh, Shema Zinta the Ser the Nis Chalel Acharkach Zaro Midin Kedushas Kehuna. or maybe, what is Zimta?
Zinta is that she was the mother was unfaithful. She was Beseisha, Shezinsa Beseisha, right? That the mother was unfaithful to her Kohen, the father. Beseisha, and secretly, was secretly unfaithful.
Seser is secretly?
Yeah, Beseisha is secretly, right?
So in other words, that means she committed adultery?
Right.
Venice Chalel, and she made herself into a Chalel, into an adulteress.
Well, Venice Khalil Akikak Zoroi, and because of her unfaithfulness, the mother now is defaming afterwards her offspring, meaning they now are no longer valid. She invalidates her offspring for the kahuna.
The existing offspring?
Yeah.
She invalidated afterwards her offspring from the law of the holiness of the kahuna. Ulechach karu shuv lekohen acher, and therefore they call, what's shuv?
Literally, furthermore, that's why they call, because of these possible scenarios, that's why people may think they now are calling up a second Kohen in his place.
Oh, they call another Kohen after him. So this is what the person might think. The reason they called the second Kohen was because they discovered that the first Kohen was no good because of one of these reasons.
Correct. So now, even though he had a previous status quo of being kosher, if they call up another Kohen in his place and don't call him for a second Aliyah as well, they may think that something was admitted to right there in the Beit Knesset, which would now render him invalid. That's why they're not calling him a second time.
Aval b'sheni leka lemit a kazeh. But with the second one, it's not. What is this? The meat a?
To make a mistake like this.
Okay, so but with the second one, it's there is not to make a mistake like this.
Right.
The halal who, that if he was invalidated, af bimkom Levi, even in place of a Levi, lo haya lan likroso. It would not be for this, for him to be called.
Right. If one of these scenarios really turned out was really true with the second Kohen, we simply wouldn't call him up.
In the first place.
Yes, that's right.
Kasvu ha-charonim da'af b'sa'anis ki she'ein halevi mis'aneh. And it's written by the sages, the Acharonim,
The Achronim were the latter day authorities.
latter day authorities, that even the earlier authorities, that he's not, that the Levi is not misana. What's misana?
So it's talking about the Achronim, right, about a case where we're talking about there's a tinus, a fast, it's a fast day,
Ah,
and the Levi is not fasting, meaning you have a special Kriyas Torah on a fast day, right?
right.
And one of the rules is you, first of all, you have to have a minyan of people who are fasting in the minyan to have that special Kriyas Torah, number one. And number two, the people who you call up for the Aliyah also have to be fasting. If there are people who are not fasting, they can't be called up under normal circumstances to the Aliyah on a fast day. So let's say you have a fast day and the Levi is not fasting.
Okay.
So what are you supposed to do in that case?
Yivarech HaKohen bimkom Levi. Then the Kohen will bless in place of the Levi. Below Yikru L'Yisrael, and you don't call a Yisrael.
Right. So that gets the first two Aliahs and one for the Kohen himself and one for the Levi. But you don't call a Yisrael up in that case.
So who does the third Aliyah?
No, you'll a regular Yisrael. The Kohen gets the first two Aliahs. Kohen gets first two Aliahs, and then the Yisrael gets his third Aliyah.
The third Aliyah, right. So when it says you don't call a Yisrael, it means for the second one.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Okay. Let's
I think
get.
yeah,
I guess
think
we're up. This is a new start.
right, and it's also, I think, at the end of our time as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good. Thank you, Lou. That was good. Very nice.
Okay, Yeshikayach, Lou.